Welcome to MetalVice in 666. I'm your host, Brian, and I'm joined by my other host,
Karen.
And this is a spin-off, our little thing from our main podcast where we try to take a topic and talk about it in 6 minutes and 66 seconds. If you listen to our main podcast, you know we ramble on and on and on about shit for way too long. So this is to, sort of narrow it down and focus in on one little topic. And today that topic is going to be just about posters in general, concert posters and band posters and whatnot, but primarily concert posters.
Yes.
So go ahead, Karen, start us off, jump us into this topic. And actually, let's start the timer.
Yeah, you need
'cause
the
we have a
timer
timer.
on.
And let's go ahead and start right now.
Okay, so concert posters is probably the number one thing that we look for when we go to a concert. If the band that we're seeing has, or the tour in general, has a tour-specific poster or a city-specific poster, we will definitely be buying it.
Yeah, and when we get posters, I've noticed lately they've come in a lot of varying sizes, but primarily the main size is like that 18 by 27, 18 by 24, whatever size that is. But that's the standard poster, I think. But we've been to a few lately. About like a VIP package upgrade for Behemoth, so we can get a poster because it came with it. And it was just like this little tiny flyer thing.
It's like a little paper.
All signed. Lacuna Coil is pretty small like that.
Yeah. Whitechapel's small.
Whitechapel was small too, and it's kind of this flimsy paper. But all three of those that we just mentioned were also signed, which is really cool.
But even Slipknot for Knotfest Iowa was like a really small.
It was another small one, yeah. It wasn't until this last Knotfest this year in 2022 that we actually saw like an actual poster that they had there for sale. And I can't remember how many they had. Oh, so it's another thing too, right, with posters is sometimes they're limited. So like that Slipknot one was like 6,666, I think, per leg of the show or tour. Metallica's ranged anywhere from 600 and something to like a couple thousand, right?
Yeah, but there's generally really limited, and Metallica posters really are a high commodity versus like a Slipknot poster.
Yeah, a lot of people go for the Metallica ones, and I think a lot of people try to flip them.
Yes.
Because they know
unfortunately,
they think they can flip them. Like the S&M 2 definitely could.
Oh, yeah.
But some of the ones I've seen lately don't flip that well, I don't think. Looking online on like eBay, right, and just seeing like what this one go for.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But then what is our tradition after we get a poster?
So, yeah, we definitely get a poster. It honestly just sits in a cardboard box behind our couch for months and months and months, and if not years, right?
Yes. For a big reason.
Yeah, and it's because we get them framed. And so there's a subreddit called Concert Poster Porn. I love this subreddit. It's awesome. People just get their concert posters. They show them framed. Sometimes they show them not framed, just what they got from the concert. And it's really cool to see all of the different posters out there from different bands and whatnot. And we do that too. We don't post on that, but we get ours framed. We always wanted to get them framed. Back where we used to live here in Chicago, there was like a small local framing place a few blocks from where we lived, maybe like a block from where we lived. And we were going to take them there to get them framed. And we walked over there. They were closed. Nothing, not open. Looked at like the hours of the store when they're going to be open. All right, we'll come back when during the hours they're open. Went back, we're still closed. Went back like 4 or 5 times, and they were constantly closed. And like we were so confused on how the fuck they stayed in business. And we said, fuck it, whatever. We're gonna go up to a place up in Lakeview called Four Sided, and I thought it was a chain at the time, but I think it's like a smaller.
There's a couple here in Chicago, I think.
But I don't think it's like a big chain, like
I don't know
anything, right? Like it's just a small little not restaurant, little store right here, right? But they did custom framing, so we went in. We're gonna pay a little more, obviously, if you go to like a place like this than if you go to like Michael's. But is it Michael's?
Yes,
yeah. But that's something we want to do. We want to support smaller businesses and whatnot. So that's why we choose to do that, knowing we're going to go pay a little bit more. And because of that, posters can run you a pretty penny to get printed, depending on the material you get, the glass you get. We always opt for the UV glass when we get it. We don't do the museum quality. I kind of wish we do. But at the same time, that doubles your price of what you're paying.
But this is hence why they sit behind our couch in a cardboard sleeve for a long time.
we wait like 3 or 4 months, go take a couple pieces at a time.
Yeah.
Sometimes more depending on how much we were able to save that period of time. And then, yeah, get them framed and hang them on the wall. And they're fucking awesome looking.
Yeah,
so.
but we don't like just frame them in like a black frame. We have a couple that are just a black frame, but we generally try to find a frame that goes with either the style of music, the style of band, or the poster overall.
Right, and same with the mat too, right behind it, which then goes back to that. The whole reason I brought up the subreddit is there was a post on there a while ago. Somebody asked, do you do consistent frames for everything or unique frames? And a lot of people seem to be in the same mindset of they do the same frame for everything. So consistent frame. So consistent frame or unique frames is what I meant to say. And they do the same frame for everything because it's consistent. You know what the price is going to be. You know how it's going to look on your wall. You can now measure things out and make it even, make it look really good. I get that argument, I do. But we like to go the other option of unique mat and frame for the poster because, like you said, it goes with the music, it goes with the band, or it goes with the poster itself. And each poster is it's a piece of art, right? So you want the frame and mat to complement that, or at least we want that too.
Yeah.
And a lot of them look really, really good when you see the combination of the second mat we might use of that little touch of gold, then ties into the gold accent around little things.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
The place we go, they're really good at having that eye to see like a little bit of color, and then finding a mat that will pull that out, and it really does. It really makes or breaks the poster.
Yeah, and it's gotten to the point where I don't even go in with ideas anymore.
I know,
and I kind of feel bad because it's like,
what do you think?
They're like, what would you guys have for thoughts on this? And like, we didn't think about it because we know whatever we think is going to be inferior to whatever you come up with.
Yeah, but it is really a thing that, tying it back to concerts, is like when we go to a concert and see that they have a concert poster or a tour poster, like we snag one up because we really, really want it. And then we put it in our cardboard box or cardboard thing, and then we think about framing it, where to put it on our wall, how to make it cohesively go throughout our house, which we're working on. But yeah, it's just something that we really enjoy, and it's really a good memento from the concerts that we go see.
Yeah, 100%. And I honestly will just stand there sometimes and look at them and like, oh, this is awesome. I love this poster. I remember this show. I remember bits of this show. And then you see how like the frame and the mat work together. As a cohesive whole, I love the way it looks, and I do find myself looking at them a lot.
Yeah, I do too, even though they're just hanging on the wall and you don't think that you're ever going to see a concert poster again. But it's like we actually use them as our art pieces in our house. So.
Yeah, now we're just running down the clock because it's over right now.
So this is going to kick off our mini series of 666 talks where we're actually going to go into depth of each poster that we have framed so far and what we think about it and the concert that we went to and all our thoughts about the poster. So check back for those episodes.